Hello, my name is Nightingale, and welcome to this stuffy ass car. Um, it is like a million degrees outside, and I do not have the windows down, and the car is not on. So hopefully, I can get this message done as quick as possible, without literally dying of heat stroke in here. So yeah, but I just wanted to change the location a little bit. I just wanted to give you guys a different perspective. It's nice to change it up every now and then. And the message is about change anyway. What I'm going to say today is that change is inevitable, and it is you who is willing to put in the effort that causes the change to solidify, you know? Because, like I said, change is inevitable. So in life, change is always going to happen, whether you want it to or not. That's just the way life is. And what you decide to do with that change is what opens up certain pathways and certain opportunities. You know, like you are the master manifester, you are the star of the show. You are that bitch basically. So, if you're going to be that bitch, then you have to sit down and really digest and think about what you want to do with this change. What do you want to build out of what is right in front of you? And that can be difficult for some people. Sometimes sitting with yourself for a long period of time can be really uncomfortable. Like that hermit phase of where do I go next in life after all this stuff has just happened? What do I do? Who am I going to become? And like, how do I bridge the gap between who I am right now and who I want to become in the future? And I think personally, um, who you are in the future is developed by who you are right now. So every step that you decide to take right now, every moment that you decide to choose yourself, every moment that you decide to choose yourself over choosing someone else, it breeds it breeds this self-love that is unshakable, so that whenever change does happen again, it will not shake you nearly as much as it shook you this time, or it shook you the past couple of times. It'll just be it'll just be weather. Oh my god. Eventually for you, change will just be weather, and you won't even have to think about it. You won't even really have to think about it. You'll just move with it. You'll move and you'll flow with it, and it'll feel so good. As long as you don't hold it back. The more that you hold back change, the more that you try to hold back the inevitable, the more it happens. I remember this one time. I was talking to my friend. It was not too long ago, and she actually recently just left to go to Puerto Rico. But we were talking about prophecies, and she was saying how, like, whenever people are trying to avoid a prophecy is when they fulfill it the most. So, if you think about it, the more that you're trying to avoid this change, the more that you're trying to avoid 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 this molting of the skin, I feel like the more violent the process is going to become, and the more resistance you'll face. Just like, I think that all the suffering comes from self-resistance. Ooh, and I think that's a little bit controversial. I think that's a little bit controversial to say. But I do think that suffering comes from self-resistance. And the moment that you surrender to the change, the moment that you surrender to yourself, the moment that you surrender to the heat of the moment, oh my god, oh my god, I'm surrendering to the heat of this car, and I'm hot as hell. But I came out here to give you the message anyway, and I'm gonna tough it out until I give you this fucking message, because I love you guys, and I know that the message that will come from this will be spectacular, I hope. But yeah, Fulfill your prophecy. Do not avoid your prophecy, because within the avoidance, you are fulfilling your prophecy. I love you. I need to get the hell out of here before I die from a heat. Before I die from a heat stroke. I love you with everything I have in me, everything inside of me. I love you violently, and I am very loud about it. Okay.